Hi guys, welcome back to Cool Movie Ratings, and today we're going to talk about Monster Mania 50. This is my second convention ever. It's my second Monster Mania ever in the same place. This place is so cool. I got to meet 4 more celebrities. So we're going to talk about the stories, and we're going to talk about the Q&As I went to. This time I went to 4 different Q&As. My dad actually got video for 2 of the Q&As I went to, so I'll show that. And so yeah, let's get right into it. The first person I met was Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid from the Karate Kid movies and Cobra Kai, Daniel LaRusso. I cannot believe that I met the Karate Kid. So awesome. He was super cool. There's a lot of people, so I didn't get a ton of time to talk to him, but we talked about Cobra Kai, and I mentioned I love My Cousin Vinny also, and he was super cool, and he signed my Karate Kid 1 through 3 4K set. I bought this just to meet him and get him to sign it. So he wrote, "Jack, wax on," and he signed his name. Super cool. This is a really good set. I've unboxed it in another video, and it's going to hold the 3 4Ks in it, and I'm excited to have this on my shelf. And Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Karate Kid's one of my favorite movies of all time, and Cobra Kai is one of my favorite shows of all time. And yeah, super great to meet him. You can see the picture somewhere on screen. Super nice guy. I would totally recommend meeting him at a convention if you can. And sort of related, well, it is related, Cobra Kai related. I met the Cobra Kai kid. He's a YouTuber that I watch, and I've watched him since season 3 came out. And he was at Monster Mania. Well, he put a video out like a week before, and I saw it. I was like, cool. And so he put out like where he was going to be so we could go and meet him. And so I ended up meeting him, and he was super cool. We talked about Cobra Kai and that I saw Karate Kid in the theaters when it got re-released, and super cool YouTuber. I would totally recommend going to watch his videos and subscribing. And yeah, once again, super cool to meet Ralph Macchio. Next up, I met Zach Galligan from Gremlins 1 and 2. He plays Billy, the main character in those movies. And funny enough, I don't think I ever posted about this publicly on the channel. I dressed up as Billy from Gremlins for Halloween, and I had the costume, and I was like, that is so perfect. So I actually dressed up in my Billy costume and went and met him, and my dad actually took a video of it. I was talking about how I love Gremlins 2 almost as much as I love the first one, and so yeah, here's the video.
People fanatic about it. So when I asked them, which one do you like better? It used to be like 80-20 Gremlins 1, now it's like 55-45 Gremlins 1. Gremlins 2 is gaining big, which is odd to me because I like the first one a lot better, but whatever. Thanks, buddy.
So yeah, it was really cool getting to meet him and show him my Billy costume that I wore for Halloween, and I got him to sign my Gizmo NECA. So yeah, this is a really cool figure, and it's the poster, so it's gonna look really cool. And he was a super cool guy. I actually got to go to a Q&A with him later in the day, and I got to watch him talk about the new Gremlins series, which he's going to be in. It's like, I think he said, it's like 80 years before Billy would have actually been born, so he's playing a different character in it. But it's Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai on HBO Max, and looks like it's going to be really good, and I'm excited, but super cool to meet Zach Galligan. So next up, I met Dick Warlock. He's Michael Myers from Halloween 2, and he's an android in Halloween 3 is what he's known for. But he's also a stuntman. He did stunts on so many movies, and so many of my favorite movies. He was the guy in the cage for Jaws. When Hooper goes in the water, that was actually him. And that's so crazy to me. And I absolutely love Halloween 2 and 3, but Jaws is my second favorite movie of all time. So when I found that, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And he's also done a lot of other movies. I saw like The Running Man and Spider-Man, that kind of stuff. So I find that really cool. And he was a super nice guy. As you can see, I got him to sign my NECA action figure, Michael Myers from Halloween 2. And yeah, he was a super cool guy. I would totally recommend meeting him at a convention if you can. And the last celebrity I met was Jenette Goldstein, who is John Connor's foster mom, my favorite movie of all time, Terminator 2. She also plays Vasquez in Aliens, one of my favorite movies. And she was super nice, and she signed to Jack, "Wolfie's just fine, honey. Wolfie's just fine." That is so cool, because that's the line in the movie where the Terminator realizes your foster parents are dead, because that's not the dog's actual name. That is just so cool. And I got this awesome picture of her holding up the blade. She signed it as Janelle plus the T1000. Super cool. And she was a super nice lady to meet. And she was super sweet. She talked with me for a while. We talked about Terminator 2 and Aliens. And I got to see her in the Aliens Q&A later that day. So yeah, super cool. I would totally recommend meeting Jenette Goldstein at a convention if you can, because she is super cool and nice. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get this framed to put it up in my room because this is such an awesome picture. She was really nice. I would totally recommend meeting her at a convention if you can. So my dad actually got footage of the Scream Q&A and the Alien/Aliens Q&A we went to. And he got a decent amount of footage for both. And so I'm going to show that footage here. And these Q&As were super cool. So I hope you enjoy. So here are those Q&As.
Please welcome W. Earl Brown. David Arquette. And again, David, I really want to thank you, man. You pulled through for the fans. It was actually absolutely phenomenal to have you here. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. It was like, hold on. Wait. Yes, Stu is still alive. He's in a mental hospital. I do say in the last Scream, he's a real loony bin. Oh yeah, I cried a lot.
I just love the irony that the very first question asked emotionally cuts you like a fish.
I know. Oh yeah, and that was my line. I made up the line, maybe you're the killer because that cut deep.
What about Deputy Dewey here? Maybe he's the killer. No offense.
None taken, but what's my motive?
You got stabbed 1 billion times, got dumped by your famous wife, and crawled into a bottle. I think it's safe to say you're on the suspect list.
Well, maybe you're the killer. Because that cut deep. That was in the scene because I read the script, but when the kid said it to me, do it, I was like, ugh. Oh, no, it was painful. Again, life imitating art.
I'm gonna move around the audience.
We did get kicked out of our hotel 3 times. And I think it was Lillard who found the round barn. So we'd be at night. Did you find that barn?
Oh, yes.
So the security would come to his room, which is normally where we were, and go, all right, you guys, look, we have other guests. You have to please tone it down. So we'd be doing shit like climbing the fence and jumping in the pool at 3 a.m. and just all that. So he found this barn, which was about a half a mile away. So, at around 11 o'clock when normal people would go to bed, or before we would get we're like, load up the cooler, grab the jam box, let's go to the round barn. So we watched the sun come up quite often.
Yeah, you have to understand that we shot nights.
Yeah.
And we were 22, 23, 24 years old. So we would get off of work at 6 a.m. And what do you do when you get off work at 6 a.m. when you're 22 and you have a pocket full of money? You drink like idiots. I mean, it was incredible. I don't know if you know this. We would walk into your room every week. First of all, we were in your room every night drinking. But we would get cash for per diem. And then David would go to some random store somewhere in Santa Rosa and buy the weirdest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah. I decorated the whole room in blacklight posters, lava lamps, and black lights with them, and beaded curtains, the whole thing.
You had a boat that was the size of the table.
Yeah.
This enormous boat.
Yeah. I had,
It was very strange. yet remarkable.
About 10 or 12 of your friends, people you trust, that you know well, and you line them up, one right after the other. And then you stand in front of them, spread your legs, and have each of them kick you in the nuts as hard as they possibly can. And if you get through all 12 without being in a ball of tears on the floor pleading for mercy, you're ready to get started. If you cannot take rejection and failure, this will kill you. So you just have to learn to, you plan to turn around! Behind you, kid! Behind you!
Get out!
You know, not beating myself up, not getting in my own way, not like, you know, being my worst critic, you know, so
Yeah,
that
that's
helps
it.
a lot.
Dude, that's it. That's it, right? So I have not worked in a year. So I've done X amount of movies, I've been around X amount of time. I have to feed kids. My kids are here. My daughter showed up today. But I don't, so I don't have a job. So the thing you have to understand is that moments like these at this con, you're feeding my kids. So I want you to know something. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking your money and supporting these people and me and our families. You may not hear it enough this weekend, but we are grateful and thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids, but I'm so hungry. So I'm just saying, I mean, do you have to have a kid to make a couple extra bucks? Who wants a combo?
Oh my God. All right, next.
You guys were so happy when I wasn't in the tent, right? You guys,
This is my kid. Say hi to Macy.
Macy!
By the way, they just spent the last 6 weeks training as an actor. So they are incredible. They just played Hamlet last year. And they're fucking amazing. And they hate every single second of this. But I'm so proud of them. I was gonna cry, but I decided not to.
No, you should cry. Cry more.
I cry all the
They
time.
should use it. And I, for a lot of my life, was very self-abusive. So I grabbed a wine glass and went and broke it over my forehead because I'm insane. But I got all these I had about to start Never Been Kissed. So all this blood, it was like the craziest wrestling blood ever. And I went and got stitches and everything. And then I had to go to this set. So in the movie, my bangs were like this, covering up like 18 stitches. So it'll be like nobody shares like I share.
Okay.
That doesn't ruin your love for her.
Please do not post that on the internet.
We could save that for the DVD extras.
Please never ask a question about that movie again. That was a moment of celebration. And yet it ended up not being the moment. Way more important than talking about success. It's like, how do you fucking survive? And so in the movie, we're shooting the movie at one set cell phone. And Wes had the cell phone, and I had to call my mom. It was my mom's birthday. And so I found Wes, and he was talking to Marianne, the producer. He's like, we were just talking about you. I'm like, why? He's like, well, we were just saying that one day you're going to win an Academy Award. And I said, well, you should call my mom and tell her that. It's her birthday. And you have your only cell phone. And so she did. He picked up the phone, called my mom, and said, someday your son's going to win an Academy Award. So in moments like this, when I haven't worked in a year, and you start to wonder if you're ever going to work again, you like have to hold on to these little trinkets of confidence. And so for me, Wes Craven, in that moment of like one day you'll win an Academy Award, is the thing that lets you have hope that someday you're gonna work again. I want to say thank you again for being here tonight. Thank you, Dave, for having us all, for helping us do
We are so grateful that you're celebrating with us. So thank you so much. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a big round of applause for everyone from the Screen Reunion.
So yeah, that was a Screen Q&A. Once again, thank you, Dad, for recording all that footage. And it was so cool getting to see Matthew Lillard, Jamie Kennedy, David Arquette, who I actually ran into earlier that day because he had his own private room where he was signing. And me and my dad were looking for where the Q&As were. And we ran into him, and I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, so it was super cool. Matthew Lillard was super cool. He was walking around the crowd talking, and it was a super cool Q&A. It was hilarious. There was multiple times where I laughed, like really laughed. And yeah, great Q&A. So now let's get on to the Alien/Aliens Q&A.
Hi, y'all.
Next, from the film Aliens, we have Mark Ralston.
Oh, come on.
Okay, next up we have Jenette Goldstein. Next we have Carrie Henn. Is there another?
Yeah, we're short of mine.
And last but not least, a return performance by my good friend, Lance Henriksen. You probably get more things from it if I duck quick.
You know, I just think we are very lucky to have each other. That's what I see. I don't see my desire to go to Mars. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a piece of shit. It's a drive worse than Death Valley. I mean, come on, man. Be real. Right? Do you want to go to Mars? How about you? You're so young. You want to go to Mars?
Me?
What? What was that?
I have no idea.
Where did that come from? Where are you? What? Are you a Martian? Are you working in that direction? Okay, all right. When you think about what they went through to create what those guys wanted to do, it was great. When I saw those movies, I could smell it. I could smell the people. I was terrified. And then I got, okay, calm down, it's gonna be all right. But it was an amazing, amazing movie. It was an environment that you couldn't escape. It was amazing in every way. And then suddenly, Jim Cameron decided to do one. Cynicism that is so dark and so stupid. You know, I mean, I saw, come into this cave. What cave?
We're 5 billion miles away from it, and you telling me that's a cave? That ain't a cave, and we're not going there, and we don't have enough water to get us there. You know, I mean, come on. And now with our imagination, the incredible ability for imagination, don't hold your nose, it ain't gonna fall off. Don't worry about it. We are built to have imagination and to move forward. Gordon Cooper was a friend of mine because I did the right stuff. And we flew across the country together. I mean, I'll go on for a long time. I know, I'm gonna give it up.
Maybe we should move on.
I'm giving it up.
So I have a question.
So yeah, that was the Alien/Aliens Q&A. It was really cool listening to all the actors talk about their experience on the set and how they got into it and how they got cast. I also went to Greg Nicotero's Q&A earlier that day. It was such a cool Q&A because he was talking about The Walking Dead, and he's like a creator of The Walking Dead, and he does the effects for The Walking Dead. He did it for Breaking Bad, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I actually literally a few days ago saw a special feature on how they killed Gus and like removed half of his face, and he was literally the guy talking about it, and he did the effects, which was super cool. And yeah, so he was talking about The Walking Dead. He was talking about his show Creep Show. He was talking about an episode with like invisible zombies, which sounds awesome. So I'm definitely gonna watch that show. And yeah, it was really cool. Like I said, I also went to a Zach Galligan Q&A earlier that day. And Monster Mania is just such a cool place. And if you're near it, I would totally recommend going to the convention because it's so worth it. Yeah, that was my experience at Monster Mania 50. I absolutely love Monster Mania. And like I said, if you're somewhere close to where the conventions are, I would totally recommend it. It's super worth it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this cool movie ratings video. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.